Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you have ever met Tom Cruise and really understood his passion for film, you will come to realize that he is a guy that really does this for the fans and really cares about cinema at the heart and brings it out from the soul to really give us fresh art on the big screen. This is exactly why he's been succeeding with Maverick, with Mission Impossible 7 and 8 upcoming next year, and more to come as well with his space movie, by the way. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. And let's get right into the subject. Now, about Tom Cruise there, that's what Disney lacks. They lack passion. They don't understand the fans. They don't get the proper creators on board to handle these major properties like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Willow, and lately the Marvel Cinematic Universe has really been lacking. I mean, let's be clear about that. You know, they really are losing their touch with what true cinema really is all about, and everything related to that. So, what's interesting about Bob Iger, we know that he's beginning to fall apart slowly but surely about what's been going on with Indy 5, the Dial of Destiny, and the box office results, and upselling this movie, and really kind of just over-promising specific things about this film. However, he went on to go on with yet another apology train, and yes, the apology train continues. I know it's getting repetitive, but it is continuing between Bob Iger and Kathy Kennedy with these, I believe, not so genuine apologies. Let's jump into this. So, with Disney CEO Bob Iger currently panicking about the box office results for Indy 5, Iger recently had something substantial to say to the fandom about Indy 5, where he delivered the following. Going in, we knew we had to do something different with this fifth Indy film to go above and beyond with the franchise. We still expect this film to reach our 1 billion worldwide goal. However, one thing I am very sorry about and apologetic over for the core fans of this franchise was our lack of cameos from the beloved films. We handed the vision over to both Kathy and James, and they did their own thing with this installment. Perhaps looking back at our product for our customers, we should have included more cameos and fan-favorite characters that fans grew up with and are familiar with to appear in this film, and we feel that is the one mark that we didn't correctly hit this time around with this installment. We here at Disney are sorry for those that didn't enjoy the film or held different expectations and walked out with low expectations. And for those having reservations on going to the theaters to see this film, I advise everyone to give this film a chance. Mr. Mangold has created a national treasure that is worth watching on the big screen. So again, we here at Disney and Lucasfilm do apologize that the film lacks the proper characters expected in this film. Now guys, let me stop here quick for one moment before I get to the next big piece where he begins to kinda backtrack his claims about the whole box office results about Indy 5, and this is where it begins to get quite embarrassing. Not just for him, but also for his image over at Disney as a CEO and how he runs the show and how he really, you know, is responsible for so many jobs out there. So here's the thing about this, is that Bob Iger was most definitely upselling this movie just to get butts in the seats, and now that they finally realize that their luck is dwindling by the day, you know, we know that the results from yesterday should be rolling in sometime today. If not, it's already up. If you guys want to fill me in on that, we should be able to learn that in the coming hours, but it's going to be interesting to see where this all leads eventually when it comes to Indy 5. They're still claiming that sequels are in the works for Indy 5, you know, about stories that take place after that film. I don't see this happening. I don't see any universe where a major flop, or a potential flop at this point, could ever have a sequel. I don't understand that. It's like saying The Flash is going to get a sequel, or The Flash is going to get a Batman Forever film, which, by the way, was an idea, by the way, and that fell apart because of the failure at the box office. Now, moving toward the next thing here, this is where things begin to get quite ugly, because Bob Iger begins to fall apart and kind of becomes quite contradictory to his past claims about his whole 1 billion worldwide box office claim for Indy 5. Alright, so here we go. So he goes on to state, but we had to respect both Kathy and James' vision for their film as well as Mr. Spielberg. They all did an excellent job. I also wanted to apologize and clear things up about our box office expectations with this film, and that our $1 billion mark is not a concrete goal. We do expect that to be a 50-50 chance of hitting that milestone with this film, judging by ongoing projections, and we would like to correct ourselves if we were overestimating the success of this film. We are still discussing sequels and how to continue this brand for new fans onwards as well as old fans alike to explore new adventures in this world of Indiana Jones. Now guys, I feel since Harrison Ford's done, he's not coming back, why even embrace sequels? Why continue on with stories of Helena and Teddy? Because that is the plan, by the way. Kennedy did open up about this, that she wants to do that, and that's in the talks. It is happening. How long is it going to stay in development? That's the biggest question. You know, in development can be anything. That can be talking about it, storyboarding it, brainstorming ideas. Until it goes into pre-production, it doesn't really mean much, let's be honest. So this could very well be in development for years, just to say that they have Indy 5 sequels in the works until it doesn't. So it's kind of similar to the whole Rian Johnson trilogy effect, where they stringed us along for years. You know, oh, it's still in the works, it's still happening, never happened. And we know that behind the scenes, that was one of the big projects that Bob Iger completely dismantled. And they didn't want to announce that officially because it shows a sign of defeat. The higher-ups, the board, did not like that idea by Bob Iger. That got him into a bit of trouble because it makes them look two-faced. So, yeah, there's that too. Again, I mean, it's just unfortunate that this is a day that we live in, where these major franchises that so many of you out there probably grew up with, or so many of your kids are now watching probably, are beginning to see films like this that don't really cherish what the true lore is all about and the true storytelling aspects is all about, and the true philosophy by George, Steven Spielberg, etc., with Star Wars and Indiana Jones in this case. So Bob Iger, his job is on the line, and I think that this is exactly why he's so inconsistent with his claims. You know, one day he's like, oh, it's going to hit $1 billion worldwide, now it's a 50-50 chance. I think he's really fine-tuning his statements based on the incoming box office results that we've been getting, because it's on par with The Flash so far, and that's really not good. And by the way, thank you also very much, guys, for listing your pre-sale screens, or, you know, your overall information about how filled or empty the theater seats really are when you go on Fandango or movie tickets, etc. I did it myself, a lot of which are 75% empty for 9:45 shows, 10 o'clock shows at night, all matinee stuff. Very much empty. And I'm surprised by that. I really am. I've never seen this before for such a big film that's supposed to be a big film as Indiana Jones. And that just really kind of knocks some sense into reality that Disney really is upselling and lying about this movie. So, anyways, I would love to hear everybody's take on this below in the comments. Obviously, this is not a genuine apology in the least, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. From night to moon, we hear them moans again.